Welcome to our profile creation tutorial. To create our profiles, we need to be in our Endpoint Manager application. To go there, we're going to click on the Applications menu and either select Endpoint Manager from the top or one of the sub-menus. Once we're in Endpoint Manager, if we expand Configuration Templates and click on Profiles, we'll have the Profile menu to the side. From here, we're going to create a Windows profile in this template. So if we click on Create and go Windows Profile, we're going to give it a name. As you can see, I can't spell. Right, once we've entered the information into the box and click Create, we'll be presented with a blank, fresh profile. From here, you'll see that we have 3 tabs that are always consistent. These are present in every profile you create, and they are Sections. This is used to add configuration tabs from the different licenses of systems that we allow. We then have the General tab. This here is our name, and is it a default, and a description, information we've pretty much just entered. And we have the associated devices. This is the list of devices that currently have this profile assigned to it and how it is assigned to it. So if we go back to our sections area, what you'll see down here is we have a list of license types, and as I click on them, you will see the options and available tabs change. Something else you will notice as you look down the list, there are some paid options. Now these here will either need to be paid using the prepaid licenses or the post-paid manner for their usage. Now usage is based on the number of devices you find under the associated devices view. So for instance here we have a basic license which is free. So currently this is a free license, so any associated devices to it will cost you 0. If we enabled sections from device, it's paid options, and you will need an ITarian device license, and you'll need 1 for every associated device to this profile. So if we click the edit button here, as you can see, we can turn on whatever we like in the basic area without a problem. Just turn on those 2 there. Now if I go into device, you can see I cannot turn these on. The reason I can't turn these on is I need to enable the license first. So we're guaranteeing saying you are accepting that this is a paid set of options. You cannot accidentally click them. So if I enable that one there and that one there, for instance, if we now click the save button, you'll see that our screen will refresh. And upon refreshing, you'll see we have our additional tabs appear, which allowed us to configure the areas we've now enabled. Now you'll notice there is a load of exclamation marks everywhere. Now this, if we hover over the basic here and see we have an exclamation mark there, and scroll down, you'll see it requires us to configure it. So in other words, no configurations have been set. They are possibly the default out the box and not customized to your requirements. So if we go and look at remote control, for instance, so there are some defaults here, and you can see because it needs configuration, it's gone into the save option. So we're straight away editing it. We don't need to click the edit button. So we've got the defaults here. I'm actually going to accept the suggested defaults and just hit save. Now you can see that we've got some settings. We're not in the default save and edit area. We've actually got our, this is what you've got. Click here to edit them. Now if I go back to sections, you will see our warning has gone from remote control and it's also gone down here as well. So there is no type of you've missed something, because we're literally screaming at the walls for you to say this is what you need to go and configure. And if I just click on device, you can see exactly the same there as well. So if I go back to the profiles screen, but just before I do, remember we have basic and device enabled for this profile. So let's click back onto the profiles tab here. You'll see here's our profile at the top. You can see it's a Windows OS because when I hit create there, I chose Windows from the list. So it's going to affect Windows based operating systems. You can see it's come up saying the profile type is RMM. Now RMM is any device based license. So this needs an ITarian device license to be usable. The name was the name I gave it, and as you can see, there are 0 devices assigned to this profile. Now, just to show you that this here changes, if we go back into our profile here, let's say we want to change our license, we can turn around and untick the device. Even though we've still got these ticked, sorry if I ticked the right one, even though we've got these here ticked, you'll notice as I untick device to say I don't want the license, it stops all of these automatically. So I hit save, you'll see all the tabs disappear. If I go back to profiles, I don't have any paid options, so it's now telling me the profile is free. Now if you look down the list here, you'll see a profile can have multiple tags. In this scenario, we got the RMM tag, which says it's an ITarian device license needed. We also have the XCS tag, which is the Excitium Client Security, saying we need a license for that as well. If we go further down, you'll see we have an MDM tag, which means we need an ITarian mobile device license. You'll see once again we also have an MDM tag in here, but this time instead of being an Android OS, it is an iOS device. And as you can see, we scroll down, you'll find we have the same then for Linux and further down for Mac OS. So that is our profile editing and how to edit them. So that's all we've got time for today, but keep tuned for more guides on our channel.